And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
Check 26.
Draw play. Rodgers to Montgomery. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Zoom. Gun.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Set. 3-19.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
All right, here we go.
20-point score gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Watch him now, Barney.
Now Rosen on first down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And Gresham's got it over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Here we go now. Green 39, green 39.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy, because there won't be a sack on this play, because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
I got him. Set, 319, 319.
Now Rosen to throw on second down, eluding the pressure right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here we go now. 319, 319.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in position. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39, green 39.
Here's Rosen. His pass caught at the 4. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. If you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s?
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it with Johnson. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
He's going to get it running right. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Rodgers to Montgomery on the draw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hey, check 26.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Jumbo! Jumbo!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. The Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson back deep for Arizona. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
319! Over! Check curls.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, a 22. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Rosen. Caught by Nelson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey. 50. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Dawson's kick is good. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a nice spin. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Again, it's Johnson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Rosen looking to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Zoom. Jumbo!
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
It's run, fellas, it's run! Rush in! Zoom. Mike's by 4,
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yeah, Liz. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Yeah, Liz. Hey, check 26.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
That's fine, yeah.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Rodgers with a keeper, and he will push forward and pick up the 1st down. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Now Jones. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it.
Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. Here's Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
And Crosby puts it through, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kyler Fackrell coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
Now it's Rosen. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are, but they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
4 down. All right, here we go. Green
It's Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now Rosen. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And a completion to Wilson. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This is Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Check. Check hot route. Back.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Intercept. You've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Gun!
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 62 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Let's go!
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing now is Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Again, it's Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Rosen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back to throw. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
You have no timeouts. You absolutely know you have to get out of bounds. That's been practiced many, many times. Can't afford to blow it in this situation.
It's caught. Nelson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a home date.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Nazaire Jones there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
4 down, tag 53.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a third and 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. Third and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Going for the... Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right?